I don't think anyone is waiting to join. Okay, welcome back. Thank you for joining. Um, we've actually, let me share my screen. We've actually concluded that class, but let me share my screen and be sure we have covered everything there that we were supposed to cover. Share my slide. All right. So in data security, we looked at how to protect the Excel sheet. We protected the worksheet and the workbook. We also, okay, I want to show you how to hide rows. You know, I showed you how to hide sheets and workbook. So I want to show you how to hide rows, specific rows. Okay, let's look at how to hide rows. So can you see my, yes, we'll look at how to hide rows and columns. Rows and columns. Okay. Um, my HR is very fond of doing this and hiding specific columns and rows, which is perfectly okay. You are sending information to, because you are dealing with large data, you sometimes you may not be able to remove specific columns, but you can hide some. And then when you hide, you can remove specific ones and put them on a new sheet, okay, as the case may be, so that your data, your original data is not tampered with, okay. And then I also use this for my school to get some analytics quite easily, especially alongside using the filter like we did yesterday, which I will show you again shortly. All right, so if you want to hide specific columns, I hope you can see my spreadsheet.
No, ma, I can't.
No, ma.
Okay, so let me stop sharing. I don't know why this sheet like doing this. Let me stop sharing and then start again. Tara, you can stop the recording and start again. So you can see my spreadsheet now, right? Can you see it? Can you see my spreadsheet?
Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much. All right. So I can hide specific role information. I can hide specific role information. Maybe if you want to hide specific role information, you just select the particular roles you are interested in. If I want to select specific roles, I will hold down my control key, click on the role I want, hold down my control key and then select the specific roles. Take note, I am clicking on number. I'm clicking on the number there and select specific roles to hide. Okay? And then I could right click on the highlight, still on the numbering, don't bring it to the sheet, on the numbering 1 2 3 4 5, okay, then right click on the sheet, and then I will say hide. So when I do that, those rows are hidden. So you may be seeing all the other information, but those rows are hidden. Now, this is how I used to know. If I look at a sheet, I can tell if certain information are hidden. Okay? For example, do I need to show you this trick? You're my student. I don't hold knowledge from my students. Those who have been with me for these 20 years, they know how I teach. I will give you all. I will give you all. So don't worry, I'll show you. How do I know the row is hidden? You can see somewhere here, it looks like there's an overlap. Somewhere here, there's an overlap. Somewhere here, let me zoom so that you can see it better here. Somewhere here there's an overlap. Somewhere here there's an overlap. Here and here there's an overlap, but all the others does not have. So that tells me there's something hidden there. Similarly, from the number numbering, you see it's not following a sequence. 5, 7, 8. Where is 9? Where is 11? So that tells me something is hidden there. Okay. So if I want to unhide it, for the range, if I select only from here to here and I click on hide, it will only unhide what is hidden between rows 5 and 7. It will not unhide the others because I didn't select it. So if I click here on hide, you see, it will only unhide for between 5 and 7. You can see 11, 9 is still hidden, 11 is still hidden, 13 is still hidden. I hope you are seeing it. Okay, so if I want to unhide those ones, I will highlight the entire range. Okay, and then right click. You must stay on that numbering, then right click and say unhide, and then they will all open up. Okay, so I showed you how to hide specific columns, I mean rows. If you want to highlight a range of rows at the same time, let's say from 6 to 13, you just click on 6, hold down your left click, highlight up to row 13. Okay, so I've selected that range. I didn't use control, just hold down your left click and highlight that range, staying on the numbering. Then I will right click and say what? Hide, and that hides those columns, hides those columns. So you can see 5 to 14, that tells me that something is hidden there. I can just right click and unhide, hide. The same thing also you can do for column headings. Okay, I can hide category D to F. I'll just right click and hide. Okay, you see it's hidden. So you are seeing the sheet, but the information is not. So from the numbering, I know that something is hidden. So I can right click that range, right click and unhide, and it opens up. If I want to hide only specific columns that are not close to each other, I will select it, e.g. D, hold down my control key, touch G and maybe touch H, then right click and it will hide just those particular columns. Okay, to hide just those particular columns. And you can use this also when you want to print specific information. So now I want to print, but I don't even want time to show. So I can hide this column. I don't want specific information to show. So you can hide specific row, specific column. Then I want to print. Then I go to print. I can press Control P on my keyboard, or you go to File, click on Print. So you can see the columns showing there are just 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rest that are hidden won't be printed, and so you can print this and attach to your report. So depending on the scenario when you have to hide specific columns, you can do this. Okay, you can do this. So I'll right click and unhide. All right. Okay, there's something that is still hidden there. Just highlight the range and unhide. Aha, good. Now, if you notice, this sheet does not have serial number, because like I told you, when you want to print, the serial number on the spreadsheet will not print, and the ABCD on the column will also not print. So you can see there's no serial number on this sheet, and maybe I want to print and I want serial number to be included. Let's add a new column called serial number. So I will click on column A, right click and say insert, okay. So I'll type serial number, okay. You see what I taught you in the last class? This time you can see this is not highlighted and formatted like the previous one. So I'll just click on B. Look at my format painter here, click on it and just click on this serial number so that it has the same appearance as the others. Let me do that again for the sake of someone. Let me do it again. So you can see we included a new column. We type serial number, but it's not having the same appearance as the other column headings. So I want it to have the same appearance. So just click on any of the column headings, and then here on your home tab you have format painter. Click on format painter, then click on serial number, okay, and it applies. All right, so I want to put serial number. Oh dear, it will be waste of time if you have to type the serial number one after the other, pressing your down arrow key. This is a waste of time. I saw somebody doing this some years back, and I'm like, what are you doing? Say it's entering serial number, he needs to put it. I said, oh, this is what I've always said. The difference between you and someone else that claims he knows how to use Excel is speed. You're wasting your time. Don't do that. All right, this is what you would do rather. Click on cell A2, type 1. Use your down arrow key. On cell A3, press 2. So these are the guide, just the 2 cells I will enter as guide, okay. So I will now highlight, click on click on where you have 1, A2, highlight numbers 1 and 2. When you highlight numbers 1 and 2, take your cursor to the tip, then double click. Autofill, it goes down. It has imputed the serial number. Let me get down to the last cell on this sheet and see. Can you see it? It's giving me the serial number. Can you see it? 1200. Okay, let me go back up, Control 1. Now if I go to print, file and print, don't worry, I'll repeat it. I'll repeat it using another method. You can see serial number column is there and all the numbers are written. All right, so let's repeat this process. Control Z to undo. Maybe the number you want to type is not 123. You want it at an interval of 5. So you can type 5 here. Click the next cell, type 10. You are typing the first 2 number so that the prompt will see it as a guide. So I want it at interval of 5. So I'll just select the 2 numbers I've typed on A2 and A3. Then take my cursor to the tip. You see the pointer I've changed to black. Then I double click. Can you see it? It's giving me the serial number at an interval of 10. Let me go to the last row. I'll hold down my control key and my down arrow key. You can see it, intervals of 5. Okay, 6,000. I go back up, press Ctrl Z. All right, I repeat the last time. So if you want it at intervals of you know how you can write a serial number and what you want it to write is e.g. 100. The next one should be 101. So that the next one will be 102, 103, like you are giving an employee number or something. Okay. So I can highlight these two and then double click. So can you see it? It just continues in that sequence. I gave it a guide, and if I scroll down, it is the same thing. Okay, so that is how to do that. um all right, let's quickly look at the freeze pane, then I go to filter. All right, so the freeze pane, I said, if I'm scrolling down, I have the column heading. If I'm scrolling down, I'm not seeing the heading again. Can you see that? And if I'm scrolling horizontally, all the columns just goes. But I want to be able to see the heading, so that even as I scroll down, the header should be fixed, and I should still see maybe the column. Okay, so what I will do, I will click here. You click directly under the column you want to remain. So I want the column heading to remain, so I'm going to click directly under it. That is B2. B2. And then I left column A because I want it to also remain fixed. I want it to remain fixed. So now go to view. Go to view. You have freeze pane. Click on freeze pane. Then click on freeze pane again. This first option will freeze the horizontal column and the vertical column, sorry, horizontal row and vertical column. Columns are vertical, rows are horizontal. Take note of that. Don't mix, don't say it anyhow. Columns are vertical, rows are horizontal. All right, so I'll click on freeze pane. You will notice that there's a line, a thin line there. Okay, so now let me scroll down. Can you see the column heading is fixed? Let me scroll horizontally. Can you see serial number is fixed? This is very useful for those who deal with large data sets, and sometimes you need to, especially where the first column is employee ID number or employee names. So you can make that fix while you view all the other role information belonging to that employee. Okay, I will repeat the process. I know somebody likes this and you want to see it again. You want to get it well. All right, to unfreeze a pane, you go back to view. Please jot this down in your jotter. You go to view, you go to freeze pane, and you see there unfreeze pane. Click on it, and if you scroll, nothing is fixed anymore. Nothing is fixed anymore. Okay, so let's freeze it again for the last time. This time around, I want okay, I had let me do it on one sheet. I had one sheet that is employee data. Let me do it, but this one doesn't have much information. This one doesn't have much information. Let's stay on the other sheet. All right, good. So let's assume that this column is a employee column, or I can even do this. Let me quickly, I want you to appreciate what I'm doing. That. So I will copy this column and highlight it, the entire column, click on A and paste there. Good. And paste it there. So I want column A and B to remain fixed, and then the horizontal to also remain fixed. So I will click here. If I want the first two rows to also remain fixed, then I will click on C3. Okay, I'll click on C3. So let me go to view and freeze pane. I'll take freeze pane. It will freeze both horizontal, so you see the first two rows are frozen. And I scroll down, then come horizontal. The first two columns are also frozen. So I can view employee information freely and easily. Okay, I can leave that while we run a filter on this. Okay, da 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 da. Let me see. Good. Go to home and let's run a filter. Okay, come down here. Go to filter and click filter. Okay, so I can filter sales. Don't mind the fact that I carry salesperson to the first column. Okay, I just wanted you to appreciate what I'm doing. You don't have to move your own. You can leave it where it is and still appreciate what we are doing. So I can click on this drop down arrow. These are the employees there, right? So that is what the filter does. It helps you to view specific information. So I want to see all the categories beverages. So I will select on category. I click on category, deselect. Deselect. I have a feeling somebody wants me to do this filter again. So let me remove the filter. So I go to sort and filter on the home tab and I click on it and remove the filter. The filter is no more there. But if I click back, I have the filter drop down displayed. So I will click on this drop down and I deselect where you have selector, deselect, then click on beverages. It will give me only beverages. So if you look down at this base, it's showing me 409 of 1,200 records found. Okay, so there are about 409 records on beverages. I want to see what James sold in respect to beverages. I want to see what James sold in respect to beverages. So I come here to salesperson and then deselect where you have selector. Now I'm deselecting selector. I can just see the name, right? Because there are few. But in a case where there are so many, it is better to search. You don't have to start scrolling looking for the name. That is time wasting. You just click on search and enter the name. So I'm looking for James. You must spell it well. If not, it will not pop up. If I don't spell the name well, I won't see any results. Okay, so I must spell it well. All right, so I've seen, I didn't put S, but anything that has James without S will be displayed. Okay, all right, so I click OK. So how many records? James sold 72 beverages. Look at it down there, 72 of 1,200 records. James sold 72 beverages. You can do this kind of filtering. You can also do it on your pivot table, okay, where you have all of this. But usually it's better to filter first, then you can now create a table based on this. Okay, can create a table based on this. It's beautiful. All right, good. So James had 72 beverages sold. So take note of this. There is a filter option there on category and on sales person. That tells you, just looking at the table, you will know where the filter was applied on that particular table. The rest columns don't have that filter. Doesn't have that filter. So I will click on this filter and say clear category to remove that option. Okay, I can do same for salesperson, clear filter as the case may be, or I come here to sort and filter and say clear. It will clear for all of them at once instead of doing it one by one. Okay, okay. Then let's look at how to filter based on date. Very essential. You should know how to filter. Let me delete this column. Don't need it. Just wanted to test something there. You should be able to filter based on date. Maybe your supervisor or your project manager requested for report on all the products. He wants to know all the products that were sold in the month of February. He wants to know all the products that were sold in the month of February. So you come here to filter. On that date, click on the drop down arrow. You can see it shows you all the years on that date column. So deselect, we're interested in the year 2025. So we select this one. Okay. If you want to see for specific months in that year, okay, no, that's not what I'm selecting. We say for the month February. So we have to click on this drop down arrow. Don't select 25. So you come here now to February. Assuming you want to get the result for a specific date in February, you click on this plus sign. It gives you all the dates from 1 to, is it 28 or 29? Okay, then you select from. Okay, but we're interested in the month, not a specific day. So we'll take February. Select February. So we have selected February 2025. Okay, then I'll click OK. So it gives me the report for all the product sold in the month of um February. So these are about 20 what? 28, is it 28 rows? My eyes. I think 28 rows displayed. Okay, and it has the names of those who sold for that month displayed. Okay, all of them sold something. You can also do a report around this. You can do a report, you can plot a chart around this. You can do a report around this. Let me see. Let me see what this will give me. The chart, and then click on that. I don't like the output. All right, so this is the result displayed. Okay, and then you could just go on and on and on. Just practice. The best way you can learn more is to practice and practice and practice. I have shared my video on the WhatsApp group. You can also search for me on YouTube. You will see the videos. I have saved them there, so that even if anyone's phone crashes and etc., you are disconnected from the group, just go to YouTube, search for my name. You will see the Excel there. You could have access to the video anytime, any. Okay. All right, then finally, let's look at how to sort data. If you look at this salesperson column, or some of you will say, my own record is starting with Ada. But when we started the class, it was not like this. Look at it. When we started the class, it was not like that. James was the first name. It was not like that. We sorted. Okay, we sorted. And so for you to sort, all you need to do is click on the particular column you want to sort, then go to sort and filter. This time we're interested in sorting. Sorting will arrange either in ascending order or descending order, alphabetical, up or down. Okay, so I will take A to Z. It's already A to Z, so let me do Z to A. Okay, so I take, let me do Z to A. So Z to A. I want to see this dialog box. Sort warning. Microsoft Excel found data next to your selection. What it means is that this cell now I have selected salesperson. Each person has records on the left and on the right, because it's very essential that you don't just click sort. If not, you can have misplaced record where the unit price, quantity and all the information belonging to Ada can go for someone else. Okay, so it's essential. That is why Microsoft is giving you this dialog prompt. It's saying expand the selection. Saying expand the selection. Yes, I want it to expand. So when you sort the names, consider every role information and sort alongside accordingly so that my records are very okay. I'll say expand the selection. Sort. Good, good. So these are the information belonging to each person. Usually when you are dealing with large chunk of data and you want to do sorting like this, you will look for a particular column record or two or three and take note of their details. Okay, so that when you apply the sort, then you can use your find and your replace button to find out and be sure that the correct information was sorted. Once you have one, two, three records being okay, that means the rest are okay. That is how to verify and make sure your sorting was appropriately done. It's not a big deal, okay? All right, then let's look at how to find. So a new employee came to the office and sorry, not a new employee. It's an old staff. She's a single lady that just got married and she has done her marriage certificate. So she came to you as a HR to say that her names have changed and she wants it updated on the office database. Okay, so here you have her new names being updated, so you need to update it. All right, and every record belonging to her should also be updated. So you don't have to start scrolling one by one. You can find her details either using her name or her employee ID or any unique criteria, okay, like employee ID, name and etc. So to do that, click on find and select. Click on find and select, then click on find. Now click on find. Your typing bar can be anywhere on the sheet, anywhere on the sheet. So I click on find and click on find. Okay. Now find what?
Excuse me, ma.
Yes, go on.
I can't see your sheet. I don't know if from my side I've logged out and I've come back. It's still showing only your picture.
Is it since that time or now?
I didn't. The sheet just stopped showing, so I logged out and I came back again, and it's still the same thing.
Okay, let me stop sharing and reshare.
Okay, ma.
Let me reshare the sheets. Please mute yourself. Okay, you should be seeing the sheet now. Are you seeing the sheet?
No, ma.
Are you sure it's not your network?
I don't know, but I can hear you very well.
Okay, if you are hearing me and you're on your laptop, just follow my lead and do what I'm saying. This method, this
Okay.
particular topic is very easy. You can follow my voice and just do it. Okay. All right. Good. So,
Okay.
what did we want to do? Change the name. Okay. Want to update a record's name. So, just your cursor can be anywhere on the table. So, go to find. Click on find. Whose name do you want to look for? Maybe Mary. Want to look for Mary. Want to look for Mary. Her name is Mary. You have find next. If you click find next, it will find the first option for the name Mary. Okay, it will find the first option for the name Mary. But if we click find all, it will find all the records that has the name Mary. So we have clicked on that, and it found, okay, it's finding only 4 cells, and I know it is more than this, about 246. Okay, why it's finding only 4 is because we have drawn a filter. You can see under date column there is filter there. We didn't clear it, so any change that will happen here will happen for only Mary's detail in the month of February 2025. Every other year where her name is found, there will be no change applied to it. That is not what I want to do. So it depends on the scenario. If that is what you want to do, you can proceed with that. So let me clear filter first. So I'll go to sort and filter and just remove the filter. Remove the filter, it will clear it automatic. Okay, so now I go to find find Mary, then I click on find all. Good, you can see me, it's giving me 246 records because I said find all. They gave me 246 records. So Mary is saying that her name is not Mary, her name is now Miriam. Okay, so we want to update her name, so we click on replace. Then you have here replace with, type Miriam, type Miriam, type Miriam. So you, just like we have for find, we have only replace. If you click replace, it will only replace Mary's name to Miriam once, and after that nothing, except you click replace again, but that's time wasting. Want to update all her records wherever her name is found, so we'll click replace all. Okay, you see it says all done. We made 246 replacement. That tallies with what we found, so that is beautiful. Let's go to our spreadsheet, close the pop-up. You can see the name has been changed to Miriam. The name has been changed to Miriam. I can confirm that also by using my filter, use my filter on salesperson to check whether I will see any name Mary. So if it didn't pick well, we see it there. You know, sometimes we also use this filter to confirm when some persons enter data wrongly, typographical error. You put a space where you shouldn't put, you type small letter where you shouldn't type, you know, and etc. For example, if you are typing Ada and one Ada is small letter ADA and the other one is capital letter ADA, you are going to have them both displayed when you run your filter. You have them both displayed. Let me show you. I like real practicals, so let's do it so that you see. I changed one Ada here to small letter, typographical typing, data entry. So I started with small letter. So if I click on this drop down arrow, can you see it? Sorry, it's supposed to show it. Okay, it's supposed to show it. It needs to show it when there's error. All the options will be displayed. So because you also use this find and replace to correct and clean up data on the spreadsheet. You use it to correct and clean up data on the spreadsheet. So when you run a filter like this, because I gave some, we had this project and there was a lot of data entry we were doing. I just trained the people, they were new to the use of computer. Just trained them how to use the computer to do the data entry, and we are working with time frame, you know. So you get some of them typing, forgetting to make the first character caps and all of those. So at the end of the day, and then some will put double space instead of one space. You know, you are typing the name of the person, James Adams, should just be James space Adams, but someone will say James space Adams because he felt, this thing is still looking close, let him separate it well, you know. So in all those kind of situation, you get dirty data, you get dirty data on your table. You can use filter to find out where there are dirty data like this, and then you select such dirty data and then replace it with the correct information. That is how to also clean up your your data table. Okay. All right, let me give room for questions before we call it a day. Is there any question? You have a question, ask. So you can unmute yourself and ask a question before we draw the line. Well, I mean, before we end the call, because in the next, I think, 10 minutes or so, the meeting will come to an end. And if you want to give a vote of thanks or an appreciation, please go ahead and do that. I will appreciate. Yes, is anybody talking? You should talk. I wish to see your face at this point in time. So if you don't mind, you can turn on your video. I'm seeing your beautiful pictures. If you don't mind, you can turn on your video. Let me see your face. Any comment, any question, any observation, any request? Okay. All right. So if no question, if no comment, if no request, this is where we will call it a completed intensive training on Excel. Once again, my name is Dr. Bridget Antai. I'm a PhD holder, a certified Oracle database specialist, a certified Microsoft Office specialist, a certified Microsoft Information Technologies professional, a certified member of the Computer Professionals of Nigeria, a licensed practicing computer professional, and an IT consultant and a professional trainer with 20 years of experience as a trainer. Training is what I love doing, and I take joy doing it. Even when I'm tired, I can still train. Okay, I take joy doing it. I have the capacity to train in any capacity and every category of persons. I can train one-on-one, I can train large audience, as large as even 1,000 or more. I have such capacity to train and ensuring that my audience follow me as we move along. Thank you very much for being a part of my class. I really appreciate you.
Hello, Dr. Bridget.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Dr.
Before
Bridget.
we close the class, mine is just a vote of thanks. We sincerely thank you for your time, for the deep knowledge you have shared with us. Uh, God Almighty will continue to bless and enrich you.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
So, well,
so much.
and I will encourage every one of us to try and get the certificate by sending your name and a token of 5,000 naira. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Max. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Mama
Doctor,
Joyce, you
thank
want
you
to
so
say
much for
something?
your time. We really appreciate. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
ma'am.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah, we
joining my
appreciate.
class.
We appreciate. We appreciate.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you. It's okay. Thank you so much.
All right. All right. Thank you, everyone. So we continue our conversation on our WhatsApp group. Thank you and do have a pleasant weekend.
Thank you.
Go and start beating. Go and start beating. Push, go and start beating. It's certified. Dere. Get not finish. Get not finish. Oopsie. Better do it. Okay. Yeah, go on. No need. Dara.